Okay, guys, we are back for chapter 11, and this chapter is called Almost. Almost. After many days of walk, trot, eat, rest, we find something completely new. My raven, flying ahead as usual, appears to sit down in midair, not soaring on rising air, not hovering, sitting in the middle of the air. I approach slowly. A raven has her tricks, but as I get closer, I see that she is sitting on a thin gray line. It runs straight like the rows of the mint field, straight like the black river. It must be a man thing. I crouch, growl, sniff. There is only a faint, long ago scent of men. I listen in every direction, but nothing. The air is still, and the shadows are short. I come to the gray lines watchfully. My raven pokes at her feathers, shakes out her wings. There is no fear in her, and I come closer. There are 3 lines of gray, a low, middle, and high. Branches grow through the lines and stick into the ground. It is the oddest man thing yet. The lines catch tumbleweeds, and they make a roosting spot for birds. What man would need that? There is no understanding them. When I lean against the lines, they lean but do not fall. No matter. It is easy to jump over them. I am ready to move on when I catch a whiff of something familiar. I follow the lines until I find tufts of white sheep covering. I do not need such coyote food. We ate a rabbit yesterday, and if I can find water, I might take a deer while it is drinking. But there is another smell in with the sheep, a better smell. A nose along the lines until I find a tuft of fur. It is white, but not so fluffy as sheep covering. It is true fur, too long and too pale for deer or elk, a wrong smell for fox or coyote. It is not a wolf smell, but it is a wolf-like smell. I have been so long away from my family, I throw back my head and I howl. An answer comes, carried on the wind. It is not a howl, not a coyote's high-pitched yip. It is a deep voice and strange to my ear. Oof, oof, I answer without thinking. Here I am. Who are you? Oof, oof, ooh. The almost wolf calls back. I cannot catch the meaning, and I call again. My tail is high in the air and wagging like a pup. I swivel my ears to pinpoint the sound. Oof, the almost wolf says. I do not care what that means. I take off running. As I draw closer, the smell becomes stronger. The confusing, almost wolf smell of it drives me wild. If only I were not mixed in with sheep smells. It were not mixed in with sheep smells. I could remember if I have smelled it before. As I draw closer, the sheep smell grows stronger too. That could mean trouble. I slow down to make my run silent and pick my approach so the wind will not carry news of me. Ahead is a barn. My raven gives a warning call. A noisemaker is sleeping beside the barn. I look sniff for the source of the woofs. It is a she. I am nearly certain. If only there were not so many other smells to confuse me. The man smell grows as I get closer to the barn. If there is a wolf here, or an almost wolf, I should warn her. I should take her far away, where she will be safe. Behind the barn are rows of gray lines. The almost wolf is inside the lines with a big pack of mother sheep and their pups. The almost wolf is looking right at me, whimpering and wagging. A man pup is inside the gray lines with her. It is touching the almost wolf. It is stroking her beautiful fur gently around the ears where mother used to lick me. It is not killing the almost wolf, not even trying. The man pup does not have a lightning stick. There must be some trick. It looks my way, but it does not see me in the yellow and gray of the tall grass and rocky ground. Its tiny nose does not catch my scent. The mother sheep know that I am here. They gather their pups under them and move as far from me as the gray lines will let them go. The almost wolf knows I'm here too. Oof, oof, ooh, she tries to howl. She lowers her tail to ask me to come closer. She woofs and wags, circles away from the gray lines and back to them. She doesn't know any wolf words yet, not yet, but her body says, "Come closer." It has been so long since I've had someone to speak with, to wrestle with, to run alongside, far too long since I have had the company of another living thing curled up with me in the cold of night. She is oddly marked, with white and sandy brown patches. I call to her again. The man pup jabbers like a jay to the almost wolf. It strokes her fur, and she does not flinch. I want to stroke that fur too. I want the sound of her, the smell of her, the company on my travels. Come away with me. Jump the lines. She throws back her head and copies my howl. But she does not seem to know the meaning. Jump! It's not too high. You can do it. She copies my howl with no more understanding. The man pup pulls her away from the lines and she obeys it. It is small. She could break away from its grasp with no effort at all. She could crush its bones in one bite, but she stays. Follow me, I call. I beat my front feet to the ground, laying out scent for her to follow. She wants to come. I see it in her wag, but she won't jump the lines. And then the barn door opens. My raven takes off, flying low and fast, and a full-size man comes out. It has a lightning stick, and I am filled with horror. It calls to the almost wolf, and she goes to it, right up to it, lightning stick and all. I do not understand her. I want to call her away one last time, but it is not worth my life. I swallow my howl and all of my loneliness with it, and I creep away. My scent is on the ground for the almost wolf to follow if she ever gains the courage. But for now, I am on my own, and come nightfall, even the moon is gone. Okay, that's the end of that chapter.